Errol Spence Jr. gets into the ring with Sebastian Fundorua after Fundorura's big win, and Terence Bud Crawford doesn't seem too happy about it and says something that makes me wonder whether or not he understands how some things work and that membership has its privileges. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back. So we had a great night of fights last night. Man, the card was excellent for the PBC. Actually, the night before that, there was an excellent card by Top Rank. Great Friday night, great Saturday night of boxing. So far, the best weekend of boxing this year. And it didn't come a minute too soon. You know what I mean? Didn't come a minute too soon. Let's make it happen with this boxing this year. Big, not an upset. Don't think it was an upset, but big development was that Tim Tszyu lost to Sebastian Fundorua. If you've been paying attention to the channel or listening to what I had to say in the live streams, I said, hey man, this fight can go either way between Sebastian Fundorua and Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu to me was an unproven fighter. When I mean unproven, I know that he's a world-class fighter. I know he's a champion. He's a very good fighter. But what I mean is that didn't know what his level was relative to Sebastian Fundorua, who did have suffer a shocking knockout in his last fight. But, you know, Sebastian Fundorua can fight. He's a high-level fighter, right? Could have just had a bad night at the shop. Had a bad night at the shop, comes back, wins a world championship, which is great for Sebastian Fundorua. Congratulations to Sebastian Fundorua. So after that, though, Errol Spence Jr. gets in the ring and they say Sebastian Fundorua and Errol Spence Jr. are going to fight next. That is a very, very big development and something that Terence Crawford did not take kindly to. As he said on Twitter, that you got to work, you just lost, sir. You got to work your way back up. No, bud, that's not how that works. It's absolutely not how it works. And not only that, it's not how it should work. Not how it does work and not how it should work. Now, before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos, which we do every day, and we do live streams every day. And if you follow me on Instagram, or you can always send me a message on Instagram if you want to chop it up about something. If you want to insult me or something, send it to Instagram. I'll see the insult. I'll probably delete you and block you. But hey, man, I'll be guaranteed to see it. So as these little things go across the screen right here, hey, make sure you go follow me over there and we can have some fun with this boxing talk. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks. But let's get into this because hey. I am so excited that the 154-pound division is starting to pop off again. You have Terence Crawford moving up to that division, Errol moving up to that division. Danny Garcia was out there talking about fighting at 154 now. You got Sebastian Fundorua, who's a unified champion. You still got Tim Tszyu there, who lost a fight in in an honorable fashion. You know what I mean? He looked like he was starting to go downhill on Sebastian Fundorua, but Sebastian Fundorua hit him with that big old bow right up on the top of his head. It's a big, tall dude. How's somebody going to elbow you dead on the top of your head? That's a big dude. That's a funny angle, man. It was just meant to be for Sebastian Fundorua. So now that Errol got in the ring, and Errol actually said he was happy that Fundorua won the fight, waved that he had won some money betting on Sebastian Fundorua, because hey man, I'm not a gambler, but that was a plus 450 out there. So y'all put some money on that. Y'all got some money out of Fundorua. And he's going to be fighting that guy next. Now, Terence Crawford didn't like it. Because if you didn't know, Terence Crawford was positioning himself to fight Tim Tszyu next and for the WBO title, because he became the WBO when he became the WBO super champion. He's been the WBO super champion, I do believe, since he was at 140. But now that allows him to move up in weight and become the mandatory for that title. So that's what he did. And now, according to the WBO, Sebastian Fundorua has 5 days to which to start negotiating with Terence Crawford, or the WBO is going to strip him. I'm going to tell you right now, they'll be stripping him. Okay, if the WBO is going to do anything, they're going to be stripping Sebastian Fundorua. Terence Crawford tells Errol that you lost, sir. You got to build your way back up. No, he doesn't. Canelo Alvarez did not have to build his way back up when he lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Didn't work. That's not how it works. Canelo Alvarez lost to Dimitri Bivol. He did not have to build himself back up. Didn't have to do it. Sorry, it's not how that works. When you are already an established champion, when you are already a big name, you don't have to build your way back up. When Manny Pacquiao lost to Juan Manuel Marquez, he didn't have to build his way back up. When Manny Pacquiao lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr., he didn't have to build his way back up. He got right back up. That's exactly how that works, and that's exactly how it should work in the sport of boxing. And to say that that's not how it works, or that's not how it should work, would make you a hypocrite. Because other people say, hey, man, you just keep throwing guys in the trash as soon as they get one loss. Exactly. You don't get thrown in the trash just because you got one loss. You don't have to do that. You can get right back in there. And you may not be a champion, but guess what? Sebastian Fundorua, through the grace of fortune, I call that God, was able to suffer a knockout loss, and then against Brian Mendoza, wound up fighting the guy that knocked out Brian Mendoza right after Brian Mendoza beat him, and he winds up beating that guy, and that is Tim Tszyu. So now he's a unified world champion, just like that, coming off a knockout loss. So the idea that Errol has to build himself back up in order to get that shot is put in the ground simply because Sebastian Fundorua just won that fight. Right? Sebastian Fundorua got right. He didn't have to build himself back up. Now, he got fortunate, but he went right from a loss to Brian Mendoza right into a championship fight with Sebastian Fundorua, with Tim Tszyu, and he won. It's unfortunate for Terence Crawford that, hey, man, he doesn't have the best relationship and he's not part of the PBC family. Because, hey, man, that's how it worked over there at Top Rank. When Terence Crawford moved up to Top Rank, moved up in weight classes and got championship shots at 140, man, don't tell me that the WBO doesn't work with Bob Arum and that Bob Arum wasn't somebody that put him in position to get championship fights. That he was, and even at when he moved up from 135 to 140, immediately, boom, right into a championship fight. Now, he wasn't coming off of a loss, but still, there are guys that move up in weight, champions that move up in weight and don't immediately get championship shots. Because, hey, man, but if you're with Top Rank, that can happen for you. Oh, now, as far as the Errol Spence Jr. going right into a fight with Tim Tszyu, look, man, that they probably knew. Well, I mean, with Sebastian Fundorua, they probably knew that that's what they wanted to do for a little while now. And my suspicion is that's why the WBO issued that order, to try to prevent that fight from taking place, which would be blocking something that they were already talking about. Now that is Sebastian Fundorua, though, it's going to be interesting to see. Does the WBO going to order the guy that won the fight to immediately fight the super champ, to immediately never ever even get a title defense before he goes right into a fight with Terence Crawford? We'll see whether or not they try to force that fight or not. But since Errol Spence Jr. was in that ring, and guys like Leonard Ellerby have already said, man, that's the bigger fight, man, you better believe they're going to be in Vegas trying to pack that house out for an Errol Spence Jr. Sebastian Fundorua fight. So anyway, that's my take on the matter. I can understand why Terence Crawford wouldn't like it, but it is what it is, man. It's not a scenario where somebody like an Errol Spence has to build himself back up. He's already done enough for the sport. If Terence Crawford lost, he wouldn't have to build himself back up. He could go right back and fight at that same level because he's already proven that he can fight at that level. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.